My name is Kristoffer. I'm a game designer.
How long have you been making games?
I think it's around 8 years, not the entire time professionally.
What games have you made?
I worked on Egg and also worked on the Balance. Yeah, and I've been working on the other hyper projects as well.
What was your job when working on Egg?
My job was mostly making levels. I also created the prototype. We tried to make the levels more like the games that we remember from the 90s, Super Mario World and games like that, rather than making it a simple runner, which is, I guess, what's most platforming games on the mobile are right now.
Is there any games you are currently working on?
Right now we're working on a client project. We have recently finished up a lot of client projects and other things like that. Now there's one big one left. I've been working a little bit on Market. We're trying to pitch it to some people, seeing if we can get the publishing deal. And we know that we're going to start working on a Alfie Atkins game later this year. So there's still a fair amount to do.
Why do you make video games?
I don't know how to do anything else. I like games a lot. They're very important to me. And when you have an idea that hasn't been tried before, it's really super interesting to try to figure out how to create the best possible version of this idea. And I feel like I understand games a lot more. I think that I could be happy having a job, for example, in film if I tried to make films like 10 years ago. But now I started making games instead, so.
What's the worst part about making games?
Finishing games. The last 10% is the hardest. You will never make the game that you initially had in mind. Things will always change, there will always be problems with the ideas that you had. As long as you know that you have this much time, you have this much money, the game has to be done by this date, then I think the finishing part is easier because then you have to make the necessary cuts.
What's the best part about making games?
The beginning, when an idea is new and you're trying to explore. So like the first week when we were like, yeah, this can be cool, and then just seeing it, taking this prototype and creating a 3D version of it and seeing that, wow, it's getting really cool. Now it's actually beginning to look like a game and it looks great. I think that's my favorite part. When you're like exploring the idea, you can see that you are approaching what you had in your mind. And I think that's also why I don't like the finishing part, because you have already become as close as you're gonna get probably to your idea very early in the process. But then it gets more about production, where it's like, we need so many levels for this game, or we need it to run faster, we need it to look a little bit better. Although those things are also fun, the early part that's the best.
What games do you like to play, or what's your favorite game?
That's very hard. I think that my favorite game, or the game that has had the most impact on me, is The Last of Us. And prior to that I used to answer the question with Shadow of the Colossus. And those games, they have very, very engaging worlds, and also The Last of Us has a very engaging plot and storyline, as well as having great gameplay that sort of builds up around the whole experience.
Is there anything else you want to say or add to the interview?
I think I've said what I need to say.
Okay.
Thank you.